Hello lovely people, this is Reshmi Purmar. I'm a psychic, an empath and a healer and a spiritual guide. I coach people to live an empowered, purposeful life, creating the dreams that they have hidden from themselves that are ultimately fulfilling for them. I am here to share a message for the Winter Solstice of 2022. I hope you find this message supportive and helpful for you. If you're new to my channel, then I am a psychic and an empath, and I channel messages. I do readings. I read oracle cards, tarot cards. I read energy fields. And the reading of energy fields is simply reading what's been recorded in your energy field, what's showing up in your life, so that it can enable you to start changing the inner dialogue so you can clarify and get more attuned to your true purpose and start building your dream life. When I do readings, the readings are for guidance and for helping you to tune more into your intuition. Today, because it's the winter solstice, I have chosen the Alberto Villoldo Shaman Oracle cards. And I wanted to just do a very quick reading for the week ahead. For winter, we've all had very tough times leading up to 2022, and 2022 has been a very challenging year for most of us. If you haven't had a challenging year, then you've probably done a lot of your clearing work before you got to 2022, but most of us are still recovering from and learning to realign ourselves to the new world post-COVID. And for 2022, a lot of us were asked to address the kind of things that we have left stored within us or in our lives that we haven't looked at healing, that we thought we were over, but we sort of done a cursory healing or a casual clear out, a declutter, and not really looked at the deeper story. So 2022 has been quite a challenging year for many of us. So if you've had a tough time, please understand it's not just you. That doesn't make it any easier, but you're not failing. My main message to you is 2022 highlighted things that we need to learn to let go of, learn to forgive, learn to grow with. And when we learn to forgive and grow with, we tap into our infinite resource, which is our universal self, our soul self, our divine self, our vortex, if you follow Esther Hicks and Abraham. And when we do that, when we've cleared out the blockages, we become more aligned to the joy and the life that we were meant to live. So if you've had a tough life and you've managed to work through it and you're here right now, it means that you've been able to face possibly some of your deepest, darkest shadows, and you're clearing things up. So as we sit here for the 21st of December 2022, one of the things that's come through for me is compassion, self-love and compassion. And that's what Spirit is asking you to embody right now, putting to rest old ghosts. One of my challenges this year was to forgive many people who I thought I had forgiven because I thought I had taken the lesson, but the lesson was deeper than I thought it was initially. And the lesson was to actually step up and be seen, be visible in this planet. And I have spent the year trying to run away from me and this bigger purpose, because being visible for me is quite a challenging thing. I was quite happy playing small in my little corner, but the thing that I needed to step up more for is to be seen, is to be heard, is to be able to guide people. And so the things that I had to work through was the kind of shame that I carried from this life and past lives, was the kind of belief systems. And I have worked with many clients this year who've done the same thing, unable to have relationships the way they want to because they haven't forgiven themselves to take the opportunity to speak for themselves, to ask for what they want in a relationship. They've always, when they fall into a relationship, always end up being the one that gives all the time rather than the one that asks and receives as well as give in balance. So relationships have been challenging for people. Health has been challenging for people. So where you've always thought, I'm a machine, I can carry on, I can continue to work forever and a day, and I'll be fine no matter what hits me. I'm going to keep going because my body is amazing. I'm amazing. But you've neglected good nourishment. You've neglected good rest. You've neglected to love this body that's a temple that's carrying your soul in it. You've neglected to use your body as the vehicle to be present, to live your path in your dreams. So you might have had health challenges. You might have had money challenges where your story around money is very limiting, that you don't deserve. So you might have had to clean that story out. And if you haven't, guys, do get in touch. I would love to help you with wherever you're stuck, whichever story is replaying in your life, which overwhelms you. I would love to help you. So the first card out of the deck this morning is Flow. Oh, I love it. This is so appropriate. I'm going to hold it back a little bit, guys, not so much in the camera. Flow. So we were just talking about the fact that it's the winter solstice. And the winter solstice is about things coming to an end and restarting the flow of the new. And it's winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. I appreciate it. It's spring solstice, I believe, down in the southern hemisphere. But both of those seasons those solstices mark new flow, new energy that's coming. So today in the northern hemisphere will be the darkest day, or be the shortest day, and then from tomorrow there's more light coming into the planet. And the same with the spring solstice, more light is coming, things are springing up, you're in the flow. So right now, what is it that you're not flowing with that perhaps you need to stop putting the brakes on? Stop applying the brakes. Look at yourself and say, what can I let in that I'm not letting in? What can I let go that I'm not letting go? You might be afraid that if you let go of a treacle, suddenly there'll be a flood. And maybe it's meant to be a flood, because a flood, whether it's finances, a flood of love, a flood of opportunities and career, is what's awaiting you that you haven't actually allowed yourself to embrace. So right now, the first message for you for the 21st of December 2022, the winter solstice, is to let flow your ideas. Maybe sit down and journal, share your ideas with a friend. Let flow celebrations. We're so close to the time of year when we celebrate. At the end of the year, we celebrate the birth of Christ and other things, other holidays around the world, Hanukkah, etc. So let flow is the first card. The next card that Spirit has given us is the lower world. At times, we do need to visit the lower world. It's where the darkness is. It's what 2022 has been about. Visit the lower world, because in the shadows lurk your opportunities. Now, guys, all of these words are channeled. This is something that's coming through Spirit. So please allow yourself to understand what it means to you. Going into the lower world is descending into those areas where I talked earlier about the shame that might be hiding, the lack of worthiness, the lack of belief in yourself, because you have amazing skills and talents and you're not letting yourself receive it. So go to your lower world and discover what's hiding. What are you hiding in the darkness of your shadows? What shame are you heaping on yourself? What shame are you heaping on others? Where is the conflict that you've created with others that really needs to be cleaned out? And in the lower world, it's a bit like we go and mine for coal, we go and mine for gold, we go and mine for tin. It's all buried in the lower world. Your gold is hiding. So behind your shadows, behind what you're hiding from yourself, is actually a lot of beauty and a lot of blissfulness, a lot of strength and courage that you need to embrace. And the final card today for the winter solstice is the heart of the sky, which is who you are. You are the heart of the sky. You are the beauty. You are the abundance. You can fly high. What's coming up in the next week is opportunities to embrace the higher perspective. So the higher perspective is not about detaching from what's actually going on in your life. It's actually saying, how can I embrace the whole truth? So from a bird's eye point of view, if you've ever watched a hawk or an eagle hunt and how they hover just over their prey, they're watching the whole journey of the prey, the animal that they're hunting. They're watching the whole of the land. They're getting the full picture before they take action. So here you're being asked to take the higher perspective, to go to the heart of the sky. We have these theories that heaven is above and hell is below. And so we had the lower world. Oops, I've just dropped the card. I'll pick it up in a second. The lower world, which is where we might have put our shadow self, where we might have buried our gifts that we were frightened of, our talents that we could actually shift our life around. That's the hell that we have to go through to rise up to the heart of the world, which is the sky, which is heaven for you. So heaven is awaiting, and in the next 5 to 7 days, you will receive some guidance, you will receive some messages. Allow yourself to speak your truth with the people that you love, to honor yourself and speak your truth to yourself. The first thing is, when you journal, speak your truth to yourself. What's the biggest dream that's frightening you so much that you can't claim it at this moment in time? Let yourself own it. Let yourself love it. Let yourself reclaim it. And that's the message for today. Flow was the first card. Then we had the lower world, about revisiting your shadows, about owning and reclaiming the gold that's hidden within the lower world, and then reaching for the heart of the sky, your heaven self. I'm going to move back so you can see the cards a bit better, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked what you heard, please do subscribe. There'll be more and more readings coming on this channel. Also, if you feel drawn to, share it with anybody else that you think will be helped by this message today. And if you have any comments, any feedback, any special requests, then do comment. And very soon I'll be putting up links where you can subscribe to some of my freebies. You can also subscribe to some of my courses and other work that I do. If you are interested, over on Facebook at the moment, come and join me. I'm running a free forgiveness challenge in my private Facebook group, and you're very welcome to join that. The forgiveness challenge is going on till the 31st of December, but it is a gift from me to you at this time that I hope will help you leave behind your lower world to mine the gold out of it. Thank you, and I wish you a beautiful week. God bless. Merry Christmas, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye bye.